Alright, hello everyone. How are you? It's Kei. So this is the 11th of May 2022 and this is on Wednesday. So how are you doing today? I hope you're having a great day today. So let me start the live right now. So we will check some charts together and see what's happening. But looks like the markets are retracing and ranging. So for me, in a day like this, I have no trace. But I screen charts at least 3 times per day just to make sure I know what's happening in the markets. Because sometimes we may see the market breaks, about to break the support resistance on the daily or weekly time frames. And if it happens sometime in today, then it might move big. So for us, we don't have to trade every day. You know, when there's no market setups, and we can just stay away. But I still recommend to monitor at least, I would say, at least, once or twice per day. If possible, 3 times per day is my recommendation. So let's check charts together and see what's happening. Okay, so let me switch screen first. Okay, and as a quick disclaimer, this information is basically all based on my own experience. So when you take trades, please do at your own risk. And also this is live. So if you can please follow the rules and guidelines on chat, that would be great, because after all, we're all here to learn. And also, there are so many spam accounts of mine in social media, so please be careful. Okay, so let's see who's here first. All right. Okay. The Wise, thank you for joining. Arkady, Mahardika, and on my way, Jorg, James, Stefano, good to see you. Asif, Noel, and Austin, thank you for joining. Muhammad and Faiz, Goldbear, TikTok, MK, Tom, and let's see, Naomi, thank you for joining also. Good to see you here. All right, Arnold, Daniel, and John On. Okodo, good to see you too. All right. All right, MK says, I got $2,000 from Forex. Okay, that's a good news. So please never get overconfident and please be consistent on what you do. Yeah, this the sense of reproductivity is very important. Yeah, whenever you get some profits, then that should be reproduced. So when you have another market, another good setup, then you have to trade in a way that you can make another good amount of pips or the profits. So consistency is a key to success in trading. We have lots of information in internet, YouTube also. We have lots and lots of information. It's a flood of information about the trading strategies, where to enter, exit, which indicator to use, which indicator not to use, etc. But it was actually my big lesson was that we have to be consistent on what you do or what you use, so that we can expect similar result every year and every month. So yeah, that's a key. Success in the long run, but that's a good result. Good result. Okay. So Augustine, thank you for joining also. All right, Bakud and Sharif, David, Payson, good to see you too. Thank you for joining. Anis says, hello Kay, can you please look to Euro AUD 1 hour? There was an odd move, no news. Oh, okay. Let me check Euro AUD and see what was the odd move on that pair. So let's see. Here is a trading view. Okay, let me try to fit this to the page like this, so that you can see the whole chart. Okay, and the Euro AUD. Okay, so this is a daily time frame. So it's bearish. Yeah, today it looks like it's bearish. And then let's see, 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart is retracing back to Kijun-sen now. This is bearish. And 1 hour is now, yeah, it broke the Kumo bearish, and this is turning bearish now in 1 hour. So looks like it's retracing backwards from the 10th of May. For the last 2 days, it has been retracing. But yeah, there was a big move here. Let me go down to 5 and look into how candles were moving at that time. So yeah, so looks like about 1.5 hour ago, there was a bullish and then bearish. So in this case, I will refer to the strength chart and see what was happening on these two currencies, Euro and AUD. So let me switch to the strength chart. Okay, so here is what's happening in the markets based on the strengths. So looks like there was a big move right now. So it was ranging the whole time. Today or yesterday it was range. But wow, look at what happened about 1 hour ago. AUD spiked upwards, NZD was also going up, and then USD is going down, JPY is also going down, and Euro is also going down. Pound is sideways, CAD and Swiss franc are sideways. So looks like this was due to some news, looks like, but this is not the fundamental news because we have no big news fundamentals. So maybe this was due to what's happening in the world, or some announcements was actually released in the world, in some country, and most likely that was a cause for this big move. Yeah, when the market moves like this, for sure it was due to some news. But if it's not fundamental news, then we have to look into some news website and see what's happening over there. But this was 1 hour ago, and looks like the trend are continuous. So most likely until the end of today, AUD seems to be bought, and USD and Euro JPY are sold. So yeah, so let me see. Let me check the daily time frame and see which pair is still trend following and which one is reversing backwards. So let's see. Looks like Euro USD is not really moving that much. It's been sideways for the last 1 week or 2 weeks, so no move. Euro Pound it's retracing backwards. So again, this is no trend. And Euro AUD is actually in the Kumo now. Today is bearish, but it's in the Kumo now, so no trends. And Euro JPY is also range. Yeah, and also Euro JPY has lots of wicks up and downwards, and this is kind of spiky market. I think it will be a bit tricky market to be in right now. And Euro CAD is also between Kijun-sen and Kumo in the daily time frame, so it's not really moving that much. This is basically sideways. It was actually resisted here at 1.3762, and looks like it's retracing back to Kijun-sen. Kijun-sen here is 1.3579. So if you're selling EuroCAD, then that will be the target. 1.3579 is going to be the target. Yeah, and Euro Swiss franc is retracing backwards also. USD/JPY, still it's bullish technically. Still, it has been supported by the trend line, and still it's going up. Next Henkabi is here actually, over here on these 2 days. So from here it may go up and breaks the resistance is my expectation, because USD currency is still strong as a currency, and JPY as a currency is weak because of the interest rate on these two countries. So fundamentally speaking, I think this pair will go up continuously. So I'm still looking for the buying edge on USD/JPY, but not today because it's range. And yeah, USD retracing backwards in the daily time frame. USD Swiss franc is also retracing, yeah, because of the weak USD. Looks like USD pairs are retracing. Pound USD is going up because of the weak USD. But yeah, looks like if I check these charts overall, as per daily time frame basis, there is no, it wasn't really a big impact. But rather, the markets are kind of retracing backwards everywhere. So yeah, looks like we are facing some choppy and tricky market. So whenever you are not confident on the direction, then my best advice is to stay away. Yeah, and this is where people tend to lose money. If they are in the trades, the market just reverses backwards, or it just stays there until the end of the day or tomorrow. And I think that will be very quiet market, I guess. So I think, yeah, there's not much move right now. Yeah, looks like markets are going backwards everywhere. So yeah, looks like there's no big new, big trends recently. Yeah, so in the month of March, we had big moves. In the beginning of the April also, we had big moves. But looks like May is becoming quiet. So, and this is what's happening in the Forex actually. This is like a routine in the Forex. When we have the big moves for the last couple of weeks, then it becomes quiet, and then it becomes active again. So yeah, this is where you have to be patiently wait for the next big trends. Just like I mentioned yesterday's video about the sakura tree. If you watched the video yesterday, it's like waiting for the sakura tree to blossom again. Because yeah, whenever the market trending, we have opportunities, but once the market starts to range, retrace like this, it becomes difficult. And that is considered as a beauty of, because it's kind of fragile. The trends are not long lasting. It's just there, but once it's gone, we simply have to wait until it happens again. But one thing for sure is that it will happen again. We just don't know when it will happen. But so that's why we have to monitor chart every day to just get ready psychologically to capture the next future big pips. But yeah, I guess that's how we have to handle psychologically. Yeah, usually, so like this one, let's say like Euro Pound, I think it was up. Yeah, Euro Pound, for example, it has been bullish for the last, for 3 days it was bullish since 5th of May. And for the last 2 days, it's retracing backwards. So when it retraces backwards like this, I say it may retrace back to one of these honey lines, like Tenkan-sen or Kijun-sen. But most likely it doesn't go straight retrace. It may range and then retrace backwards, or it may retrace backwards, but along the way it might be supported somewhere like previous resistance and then goes up again. So in that case, the markets will never touch Tenkan-sen or Kijun-sen and just bounce and goes up afterwards. So it's not 100% that we say the market retraces back to Tenkan-sen or Kijun-sen, but now the fact is that it's retracing backwards. So these two price levels are Tenkan-sen on 0.8479 and Kijun-sen on 0.8421 are the targets when you're selling this pair. However, since the market may not go straight bearish to that these two levels, the market may be tricky. It may break the resistance in the 5 or 15 and then drops down again. So the market may become tricky at the time of retracement. So that's why I say we have to take less risk per trade to capture, to take sell from here. you never want to take 2%, maybe 1% will be just good to sell and target to either Tenkan-sen or Kijun-sen in a daily time frame, because the market may become choppy. Or simply stay away until the market breaks resistance again, or at least the market Kumo, Senko span A or B goes up, and Kijun-sen goes up, Tenkan-sen also may go up too, and Chikou span stays above the candles to buy again as the market goes up gradually like this before the breakout. So for me, I prefer to wait for the retrace, for the pushback towards the previous major direction, and wait for Kumo angles, Kijun-sen angle, and Chikou span situation, Tenkan-sen situation to look for the buy chance again. So I usually don't capture this retracement to sell in this case. I prefer to stay away and come back when there's a big trends in the markets again. So yeah, that was actually that's my mindset right now. So, and this is where people tend to lose money because they become choppy and tricky. So yeah, better to stay away is my advice. Or just read books or back tests in the tester, practice your trades, and get ready for the next big trends in the markets. Yeah. All right. Thank you for joining, everybody. Great to see you. Thank you for joining. I see many comments now. Oh, that was a news. Sorry. I didn't realize. Hold on. Let me see. There was a CPI. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, sometimes when I explain things on YouTube, I lose my mind and forget about checking the details. So yeah, so let's check some news website. So yeah, sorry, there was a CPI in the US. It was positive. The turnout was positive, but according to the strength chart, USD was sold. So this happens also, you know, this because technically the numbers are positive. Like previous was 0.3, consensus market expectation was 0.4, and actual report was positive 0.6. However, this currency was sold, USD was sold, and this happens like this. And that's why I never trade with the news. Yeah, because it's unpredictable how market will be reacted by these news. So yeah, I actually said this on the previous live or video. That's why I don't really trade by the news. So later today we have President Biden's speech at 6:15 p.m. UTC. So that's coming up next, but we have some hours still. So, and I think that's the end of the news today. Yeah. Tomorrow we have a GDP in UK, and let's see. Yeah, that's it. Friday we have only one news, I believe. Yeah, it was Michigan Sentiment Report is the only one in Friday. Yeah, recently Michigan sentiment, consumer sentiment index, usually does not give impact in markets, but it may, you know, it may give impact because it's high. So we have to always prepare psychologically if the market will be impacted or not. So risk management becomes a very key to trade while the news is coming. Okay, so but yeah, that was very tricky. Yes, that was a very tricky. USD, it was positive. However, it was sold. The orange is USD currency strength. So you can see the orange is going down. That was very tricky. Yeah. Okay. Yar says Have you made any trades this week? I think market is very tricky, but I got some pips in profit Monday. Okay, oh yeah, I have no trades this week. Yeah, no trades for me this week. I simply took a day off Monday, and yesterday also I took day off and enjoyed some sunset and also some some nice air, open air outside. So I was basically away. And today, technically, I'm off also. So no trades for myself. Yeah, no trades. I am actually waiting for the furnitures to come to this apartment. So once they arrive, I will relocate some furnitures on the living room and some different rooms and set up these new furnitures. So that's what I will be doing today. Yeah. So after this live stream, until I go to bed, I might check charts once, but most likely there won't be big trends. So most likely I stay away today. Okay, let's see. Tai says, this Monday I just lost 4% with 3 losing orders in a row. If I didn't manage the order, I would probably lose 6 to 7%. Yeah, so that's the importance of the risk management. Yeah. Yeah, once you start to lose, then first rule is that never try to win back the losses. Yeah, if you lose 2%, then never think that on the next trade you win back 2%. Never think like that. Because nothing is insured here. You may lose another 1%, 2% on the next trade. But on the third trade, you may earn 5% or 6%. And it may cover the previous losses. So yeah, like I mentioned, consistency is the very key to success. And never change your strategy. Just because you lose, never change your strategies. But try to identify the pattern of losing and pattern of winning your trades and improve on these losing trades is, I think, more important than looking for good strategy to win. Yeah, today's market is very tricky. Yeah, that's right. It's very tricky. It's going backwards. Let me check gold and see what's happening. Looks like USD is going down, so gold is going up today, most likely. So let me check XAU USD. In a daily chart basis, it's still bearish because Kumo down, Kijun Sen down. The overall market is bearish, but today is bullish. But this is also retracing backwards. So no chance to trade right now. Let me check 1 hour. And the 1 hour chart is now in between Kijun Sen and Kumo. And Chikou span is very close in my range. So yeah, better to stay away is my idea. Maybe you can draw the descending trend line in 1 hour like this. And it may be resisted and keeps going down this way. So as long as the market stays below Kumo, sell will be a good chance. But if the market goes into Kumo, although it's below the trend line, the market still goes into Kumo, then you better not to trade because it might break the trend line. There might be some fake breakouts and goes backwards, or it may not become fake. Just ignore, the market may ignore the downtrend trend line and the market continues to range or become spiky. So yeah, as long as the market's below Kumo, sell will be a right call. But otherwise, yeah, better to stay away. For me, I stay away in this case because it may range a couple more hours. Okay, so yeah, so that's XAUUSD. Let me check the Bitcoin. Looks like there are some traders, crypto traders here also. So let me check the BTC USD. So let me check the daily chart first. Yeah, so daily chart also, this is bearish. So still, Kumo down, Kijun Sen down, Chikou span below candles. Tenkan Sen is also pointing down. Sell will be the right call for the Bitcoin also. And as for 1 hour chart, this is now range. There was a big spikes at 12 and 13 UTC, but now there is a doji candle, and the whole market looks to be range. Below Kumo still, so in the long term, still bearish. But yeah, in the long term, I think the market goes bearish this way, but this downtrend or the breakout of the support may not happen soon. It may take a few hours or a few days for the breakout to happen. So if you sell, even if you sell right now, you may not be able to make some profits quickly. So yeah, my best advice is to stay away from this market also. Chikou span is also very close. So yeah, this is range basically. Yeah. Okay, Hui says, hi Kei, can you please explain if daily price is inside the Kumo by 4 hour 1.5 trend, would you still look for entry or you wait price out of Kumo in the daily chart? No, I don't. I don't wait for the Kumo to be out in the daily chart. I simply follow 4 hour and 1 hour. As long as they go, I trial the profits, and when they stop trending, then I will just pick some profits. Yeah, let's see. Noel says USDJPY daily is interesting. Ascending P wave inside bar weekly is up. All right, let me check the USDJPY coming back to Forex pairs. And let's see, daily chart. No, let me cancel these lines first. Yeah, so this is looking like the yeah, kind of squeezing the P wave or the range. And yeah, ascending P wave. Yeah, the market has been supported by this trend line since 31st of March, and it has been up above the Kijun Sen. So this is bullish now. And yeah, inside bar. So yes, the bullish candlestick on 28th of April has been including future candles. So this is inside. So once the market breaks resistance of 131.34, then it may go up very fast. So that's what I'm expecting, and I'm waiting for the trading edge to come to buy on USDJPY. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Faiz says, Kei, when you screen charts, do you have specific time like before the session start or after? I don't really mind when to screen charts. Simply whenever I can, I do. During the day, that's it. But I do this 3 times, and I do this sometime in the Asian session, and London and New York session. So usually when I wake up in the morning and have some coffee and breakfast, and then come to the desk and start to screen charts, still it's in Asian session. So I check once. Most likely there is no trend because usually Asian sessions markets are quiet. But still I monitor, I screen charts just because I want to know what's happening right now and what may happen today in near future and what was happening at the New York close. I want to see these situations, and that's why I check charts once in Asian session. And then I come back a couple of hours later, maybe 3 hours, 4 hours later, before the live stream starts, I screen charts in the London session. And then after the live, maybe in the live stream, I screen chart also So after live, probably 1 or 2 hours later, before I go to bed, I screen charts again. So 3 times. But yeah, I have no fixed time to screen charts every day. Simply whenever I can, I do. Is my style. And I don't really monitor the charts before or after the session open. I never do because it might be choppy. And even if I monitor, the market opens, usually the spread is very wide and it becomes choppy sometimes. So especially when there's big news like today at the session open, the market may become choppy also. So yeah, I don't really want to spend time to monitor the choppy market. And that's why I don't really screen on these timings. Yeah, I think, looks like markets are range, retracing. And that's all I have to say today. So yeah, let's see. Dink says, hi Kai, I feel in Forex there is continuous stop hunting happening when trading. Is there a way to beat the bots? Sudden spikes in price also affect your positions. Is there a way to manage the stop loss? Simply master the risk management is the way to deal with the stop loss huntings. Yeah, there are stop loss huntings, but I don't really care because as long as protect my account with the risk management, in the long run, I can make profits. So if you only look at, let's say, the loss, which was stopped by these like spikes or these stop loss huntings, then you may start to feel like you have to avoid these things. But if you do the risk management and cut the loss as soon as the market goes backwards, or if you find not as soon as if you confirm the market reverse backwards in your own way, and then you just exit based on the rules with very small loss, then they should be fine. Yeah. Well, actually, I think there is no way to visualize these stop loss huntings and also bots. However, if you see the market may start to retrace in the 5-minute, which I do, in the 5-minute, you see price actions and you thought the market goes up because higher time frames moving up, you thought. So you thought in the 5-minute also the market may go up. However, when it reverses backwards, then you have to feel a change. Previously, in the 5-minute, it may have been going up in the end wave bullish. But let's say when you enter the market, you may see, for example, reverse end wave in the 5. And you didn't see reverse end wave in the previous uptrend in the 5. And then, but this time you saw it. And that's a big change in the market. A big change in terms of the momentum in the market in the 5-minute. And when you see that, the market is no more uptrending in the 5, so you have to get ready to exit. So by feeling how the market retraces backwards or how the market has been changing the pattern in the 5 or higher time frames also, you can get ready to exit earlier timings so that you don't have big loss. You can save your account, you can save your money to trade on the next opportunities. So yeah, for me, that's how I think to these situations. Okay, yeah, Sai says, can you please explain the entry and exit points of both long and short positions in the daily and weekly chart? I have a couple of videos or previous live streams, so you can search Forexkei and live trace. Then you can find how I enter and exits in the previous videos. And in the future, if I see a good market to explain that, of course I will talk about it. But right now it's range. So there's nothing to talk about in terms of the entry edges and exit timings. Stefano says, when CPI news has been released, Nasdaq lost 500 points and wow, it's a big bearish. Okay, so let me check the Nasdaq. So it looks like the other index may be going down also. Yeah, let's check the 5-minute. Oh yeah, so it was this move. It was a huge downtrend in Nasdaq, and then it recovered quickly. So yeah. Lian says, can you make more videos about your way of backtesting? Sure. Let me write that down because recently I get many ideas on what you want me to share in the YouTube. So whenever I see the comments on the chat or the comment on the archives, I take memo. So backtesting, how I backtest by the tester. Yeah, that will be good videos to cover. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, thanks for joining everybody. Great to see you here. Let's see. Augustine says AUD/USD was very volatile. USD reached positively onto the news. Yep. That's right. Okay, Robert says, what do you think about the USD Swiss franc? Yeah, let's see. USD Swiss franc, it was bullish. Hold on, let's check the daily chart. It was bullish, but today it's retracing backwards. But still, I can see the Kumo up, Kijun Sen up on this daily chart. Senko span A angle is up. Kijun Sen angle is also bullish, and Chikou span above candles. So in the long term, still it's bullish, is my view. It may reach back to the Tenkan Sen and bounce and goes up is my expectation, like previously. So yeah, in the long term, I think this is still bullish. But let me check, there's a previous resistance level here. And the previous resistance was here from the March 2020. And the market actually broke that level, 0.9901. And it's retracing back to that level now. So it may bounce from on here, and tomorrow it may start to go up or goes back to the Tenkan Sen and bounce and goes up is my interpretation. Yeah. Okay, Homan says, DRK, based on your previous video, could you demonstrate today drawing of important low and high? Oh yeah, so important low and high are actually the lows and highs that broke the resistance and support. So for example, in this USD Swiss franc, the important support are here. Because after this support, the market broke the resistance or this previous candle and goes up. So this is important support. And then also here too, down here at 0.9282 is also an important support. But if you look at the previous support here on this doji candle, 0.9189, it was supported and goes upwards. However, on this I wave, it didn't break the resistance. So in that sense, this support is weak. But this support was stronger because after this support, it broke the resistance and the market just kept going up. So if the market retraced backwards all the way to that level, the most likely market will be reacted to this support that broke the resistance than the one that didn't break the resistance. So it may go up like this, but this weak support, it can break easily and goes bearish. Is basically how you identify which one is strong and weak supports. And this applies on any time frames, whether it's a 5-minute or daily chart or 1 hour, it applies like this. Okay, yeah, thank you for joining. Great to see you here. So it's beautiful Wednesday here in Dubai. Skies are clear recently, so I like the weather recently still. Still not too hot. We can still walk outside. Especially nighttime, still very, very nice. It gets cooler in nighttime, so to enjoy the open air. Oh, Shunkano, thank you for joining on my Ichimoku community. Thank you so much. So, best wishes on your Ichimoku learning in my community. Okay, so let me check for more comments until the end of the live today. Morgan says, hi Kei, I'm trying to day trade 3-minute to 5-minute time frame. How do I use Ichimoku effectively to trade those time frames? I don't recommend you to use the Ichimoku in the lower time frames, like 3-minute or 5-minute or 1 minute, for example. Or 15 will be also very low to use Ichimoku, because Ichimoku lines are reacted by the highs and lows on the specific candles previously. Like Kijun-sen is taking high and low for the last 26, Tenkan-sen for the last 9, and Senko Span B for the last 52. So if the market choppy like this, spike in the 5-minute, then most likely Kumo and Kijun-sen are become flat. So you can't really see the angles of these Kijun-sen and Kumo. Plus there will be, lots and lots of fake breakouts of Tenkan, Kijun-sen, Kumo. So I don't recommend to use it in the lower time frames. And that's why I use Bollinger Bands and stochastics and other lines to trade, to look for the trading edges. Yeah, before, like last year, I was using the part of the Ichimoku strategies like Kumo breakout, Chikou span breakout, I was using. But this year I decided not to, because I get some fake signals more often than other indicators. Okay, let's see. Chakapan says, what broker are you using right now? Thank you. I'm using xmtrading.com. Yeah, I have been using that broker for a long time, but it's been a good support and I still use it. It says, Kei, how did you train yourself reading while reading white candles? Simply watch. Check the white candles, just watch, and just run the chart by all the white candles. Like, so when I was losing, when I lost the money, when I blew the account, I was going crazy. When I was under depression, I took all the white candles like this, take out Ichimoku, and read the charts by all these white candles, and studied price action in this way. And I still prefer the white candles. So when I see charts by myself, then I prefer all the white candles, because I can see the patterns more visually and I have no bias whether it's a bullish candles or bearish candles. So I can see the pure price actions and I can notice more wisdom through the candlesticks. But in the live stream, I color blue and white just for explanation purpose. But yeah, so I prefer to have all the candles white And simply what you can do is, in trading view, there's a bar replay function. So click bar replay and come back, whenever the markets and recharts. This is now bullish because it's end wave. There's a doji break against major direction, so it may break and goes backwards. So as you move the candles one by one, you read these candlesticks like this. So this is now inside bar engulfing. You notice that there's a breakout of the engulfing, doji break. This was a double top neckline break also. So it may go down from here. Like this. You move the candles one by one like this. And there was a support. So it's been supported here. There's also engulfing candle here. It may break bullish. Like this. Another engulfing candle. And a pin bar breakout. So this is now bearish. Candle by candle, you can read. And it doesn't have to be true. It doesn't have to be correct. Even if you see the pin bar, for in this example here, even if you see the pin bar and this engulfing break bearish, it may go up afterwards too. And it's okay. Even if it's not true, it's okay. But just, try to read what's happening in the markets candle by candle and expect which way it goes in terms of the candlestick patterns. And then you just read charts like this. So this is going down now as expected. So I was right. So I have this pattern now. Pin bar, break, and engulfing break can break the support. This is one of the patterns I found right now. And you stock it in your brain. And when you see this pattern next time, you can expect the market goes bearish. Like this. So you simply move the candles one by one and try to read which way the market may go. There's another doji break. So this is showing the continuation of the downtrend, for example. So it may go down to support. And then this is outside bar. Now this bullish candle is including the previous 3 candles. So this is outside. So most likely on the next one, the market may go towards breakout direction. So by expecting that, you simply monitor chart. Okay, the market goes bullish. There was a doji also. So doji plus outside bar break can have the big breakout. It goes up very fast. So when you see this next time in a real market, you can prepare psychologically. It may go up, so you can get ready to buy. Look for the buying edge. You can have a stock on this price action pattern also. So yeah, basically this is what I did without taking any trades, without taking any trading trades. Simply I move the candles one by one, recognize these patterns, you draw the lines also, and do this trading myself. This is like a shadow boxing, so to speak, but I do this in the candlesticks. And again, you don't have to be right. You don't have to be correct. Even if you're not correct, it's okay, because that will be actually stuck in your brain as a fake setup. So I think that's how you can train yourself with all the white candles. And this is what I did when I lost one account, $10,000 account. I lost it once, and I created the other one, another $10,000 account, and I lost half. And that was after I became full-time trader. In the first 2 years, I did that. And in the first year, actually, in the first year, I did that, and I got depression. So I had to take medicine to cure my depression, but still, I didn't want to come back to the full-time job, because I said to everybody to say goodbye, and I will be successful in trading. So it's embarrassing to come back to where I still work. So I decided not to come back, but instead try myself more with a good mentality. So I was buying so many indicators, so many tools also, paid indicators, paid strategies. I was using all these, but I literally just deleted all these. I actually deleted all these indicators, and also on the recycle bin, I delete also so that I can get them back. And then I started to see charts. I came with basics and started to learn the price actions in this way. And then added Ichimoku, and Ichimoku made much more sense. So yeah, so that was a bit short story of how I improve from losing to winning trades. Yeah, but anyways, it's a long story. Maybe I will talk about more details about that story, maybe in the future lives or video, maybe. But that's actually how I learn the pure price actions. Okay, so yeah, I guess I will be ending the live in about 5 minutes. So let me check other comments until the end. So thank you for joining everybody on this Wednesday. Looks like markets are ranging, retracing. So better not to take trades right now. Okay. VN3 says Forex is moved by massive trade orders through financial institutions. You are not being hunted. You're just placing your stops at obvious bad stop spots and looking for. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Right, so we lose, whether it's a stop stance, whether it's a order flow, whether it's a big boys, whatever the reason may be, we lose. But the losses are the part of the process. So if losses are the part of the process, then if you can manage the losses correctly, then you can keep winning, keep making profits in a regular basis, is the idea. So don't be afraid to lose. Yeah, but instead, know how to manage the losses, because that will be actually the most effective way to be successful. Yeah, when it comes to making profits, we tend to think about how to make profits in terms of how to make profits by the market going towards a direction. We always think like that, but actually that's not really true. Yeah, okay, Mart says, hi Kei, do you get better results trading with the daily trends or 4-hour trend overall? I don't have stats in terms of which time frame to have better results, but in my feeling, most likely that's 4-hour trends. Overall, 4-hour trends can have more opportunities and can have more profits overall. But this is just my feel. I have to calculate numbers and get the stats and really verify it. Movie Hero says, after big retrace range market, then we will see trend come up. On that time, it's just earlier trendy market to look for entry, because sometimes Kijun-sen swap between trend and flat a lot. Okay, yeah. So when Kijun-sen goes flat and up many times, then simply that means an unstable market. So you have to avoid that kind of pair to trade. Yeah, that's true. Noel says, Can you recommend the stochastic setting on 1 hour? I never used stochastics in 1 hour, so I'm not really sure. Yeah, I only use stochastics in the lower time frames, and I use 30, 10, 10. Percent K30, percent D10, slowing 10 is my stochastic setting, and it works the best in the 5 or 15 minute time frames. Yeah, but I never use stochastics in 1 hour. I only use Ichimoku, so I'm not really sure. Okay. So I see a couple of comments about the Bollinger Bands, but also you can search Bollinger Bands Forexkei, and you can see my videos in the past where I talk about how to enter and exit by the Bollinger Bands, expansion and squeeze. So yeah, please have a look. I have actually lots of videos in the past, so I think it's time to organize the previous lives and videos, I guess. Awa says, hi K-sensei, why you don't trade with gold? Is it personal preference or the Ichimoku strategy doesn't suit gold? It's just my personal preference. Gold has been ranging right now, and Forex are more active, and simply that's why I'm on the Forex now. But if gold becomes active and stable trends in higher time frames, then I will trade gold, but not now. Okay, so yeah, I guess I will end the live for now. So I still see some comments, but I'm sorry I have to go. So I will end the live. But thank you for joining, everybody. It was nice meeting you and nice talking to you through the chat. And it was very fun for me also. So yeah, I hope you don't lose in this range market. Make sure to wait until the next stable trends comes. Until then, you can practice, you can backtest, you can reassure your trading edges. You can read books also, or simply just relax and have fun with the family and friends is my advice. So yeah, I will see you on the next one. So until then, please stay healthy and stay safe and stay gold. Alright, bye for now. Mata ne. Thank you.